Hello everyone, Sheek here with another Transformers review, and today I will be reviewing Studio Series 86 Cup. And as you can see, there is some lovely artwork of Cup right there. As you can see, there's squid in the background. Get a better look at that when I open them up. More art of him looking terrified of something, probably the squid. And then product shots. He turns into a truck. Big screen inspired scale detailed backdrop. Sea Squid Showdown. And of course, don't eat anything, barcodes, whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and get him out of his box. And as you can see, he comes with Energon goodies. And pop that out. And comes with a little blaster. Take that out. And clippity clip these clip clip okay, no, clip. Was that clipped enough? Yes, that clipped enough. Okay. And clip. Okay, and get rid of those. Set him right there for a moment. Okay. Just warnings, don't eat anything in this box. And then the backdrop of the squid. Now this, I have to say, is probably one of my favorite backdrops so far. I mean, look at that. That's so much detail. It actually has something really going on that actually doesn't seem like... I mean, it's a background, yes, but not a boring background. Anyway, here we have Cup. He's relatively simple, just a humanoid truck, I guess. Truckman. Anyway, let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at his head first. As you can see, it's not too much to look at. It's just some grayish green and gray for his face and head, and then I think just more bluish gray plastic. Or maybe it's blue. It looks like he actually has light piping. Let's see. And yes, he does have light piping, and it is blue. That actually looks pretty nice. And yep, light piping. His head is on a ball joint. You can get a full 360. Elbows can, well, shoulders, not elbows. Shoulders can go up that far. You can do full 360. Elbows greater than 90 degrees. Wrists, or I guess there's an arm swivel, and then focus, and then there is not, as far as I can tell, it looks like it's just molded in. He does not have a wrist swivel, which is kind of confusing to me. I mean, how hard would it have been to just add another little joint in there for a wrist swivel? But oh well, I guess we can manage. And then he does have a hip joint, can rotate all the way around. He can do the full splits, backwards that far, forward that far, about 90 degrees at the bend at the knee, maybe slightly less. And then of course he has ankle tiltage, and that's pretty much it for his robot mode and articulation. I guess one excuse or we could give him for not having the best wrist rotation is maybe he has a lot of arthritis and his joints have seized. I mean, when Hot Rod put him back together, I mean, he did say that he got a burr out of one of his joints. So, I mean, that's pretty nice. Or, I guess, pretty indicative that he's old. But yeah, let's go ahead. Well, first off, let's take a look at his gun. It is greenish blue teal, I want to say. Nice color. There's a lot of detail in there. Looks like an old gear. Maybe it's designed to look somewhat old, sort of like Cup himself. Kind of cool looking gun. Let's go ahead and put that in that hand. And then right here, we have the Energon goodies in a green box. And then, of course, the goodie itself is just a translucent. Well, it looks like it's almost just pure, like just completely translucent. It looks like it has a slight bluish tint to it, but it doesn't have as much of a blue tint as I would like for it to actually. Well, because it doesn't look as much like it's glowing. Let's see. Let's go ahead and shine some light on it. Okay. Fair enough. With some light, it actually does look a lot more blue, but it could be a little bit more blue. But, I guess not everything's perfect. But yeah, and then you can have him holding his goodies, Energon goodies. And then for comparison, because they were in this scene together, we can bring in Hot Rod. Let's go ahead and give Hot Rod his saw blade, which is what he did right there. Cause it to ink and go away. Let's go ahead and flip this out, rotate around, and give him his saw. Oh, and one thing that you might want to be careful of, I don't think I want to do it very much anymore because I don't want this to break. That would be a real shame if this blade ended up breaking or the holder for it broke. But when you put it on the guns, it actually stresses it out. So I really don't want to. I'd just rather store it separately rather than risk destroying it. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you can find a prop, a better prop, you could maybe have it as it like have him like have an actual tentacle for him to slice, or maybe you can have him, I don't know, posing somewhat like this while Cup's like on the ground like this or something. Well, you wouldn't have the Energon goodies out at this point, but I don't know, maybe trying to fire at the squid but can't. I don't know, something along those lines. But yeah, I feel like these two should really get displayed together. But yeah, something like that. I don't know. But it's something you can do with this display, I think. But yeah, these two definitely should be displayed together, I think. Especially if you're going to use this backdrop, or if you get, oh man, that would be awesome. If I could get the Quintesson Judge set up where it has that diorama, I mean, that'd be kind of cool to have the three of them. Well, these two, and then the Quintesson Judge. Then that also means that if you have Grimlock, then you have Grimlock coming in, storming the party, or I guess, yeah, storming the party and ruining their trial of Hot Rod and Cup. At least they got spared that mockery of justice. Anyway, time to go ahead and get him transformed. Alright, so Cup, he's interesting figure to transform. Not one of the easiest, but also not one of the hardest ones I've come across. But I don't know, they don't really say to start on the feet, but just go ahead and flip his feet in. You want to pull this down. This kind of forms the front of the truck and part of the truck bed. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect, or pull up, I should say, right there on the shoulders, where I guess his sides connect to his chest. Then you want to flip out the tires from the front and then peg them into place. Then you want to rotate his head. I don't know how essential it is for transformation, but you want to rotate his head. Then you want to rotate these down, his shoulders down like that. That just makes some room, makes his arms go a little bit further down. That is a little bit tricky to do sometimes, but yeah, get it down. Make sure that stays in place, and then you kind of just does a reverse or back crunch, or instead of like an ab crunch, you want to also make sure that you kind of get his arms back here. Like that, kind of. So if you want to rotate like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I put him up just a little bit too far. But yeah, you want his hands, with the back of his hands, to be facing each other. Or where it looks like this on the orange pattern on his arms, like that. And then kind of want to tab everything into place like that. As you can see, his head's all covered up now. Now just to work on his legs. Now you just want to pop these open, just so that you can tilt it like that at an angle. Then you want to tab it back into place at an angle like that. Same with this side, at an angle. Well, first off, actually, I think there's something else supposed to tab in there. But it just makes sure essentially that everything's kind of lined up. Let's go ahead and move that up like that. Just get it out of the way a little bit. Yeah, but yeah, it's just to make sure that it's at that proper angle. Make sure it's tabbed into place. Make sure it's tabbed into place like that. His arms go kind of right here. Then the truck bed, you want to flip down like that. Peg to snap together like this. And then you want to peg his hands in. Come on. There we go. Peg his hands in right here underneath in the truck bed. Make sure everything's in place. Okay, then you want to get that in like that. Make sure it clicks into place. Come on, clicks into place. There we are. And then same on this side. Get to click into place like that. Make sure everything's lined up as it should be. And there you have it. A Cybertronian truck. Or at the very least a futuristic kind of old pickup truck vibe. Because initially I was thinking like it looks like it's meant to be just, because how it's not a normal windshield, like maybe it's just like a Cybertronian truck that is just a mode to carry stuff, not a mode meant to carry or have creatures or aliens drive it. But if you look back here, it actually looks like a hatch of some kind or a door to get in here. So my guess is he actually is meant to kind of have someone or something inside of him, but driving him around and all that. But yeah, oh yeah, storage. For storage, it tells you to plug them into like the sides right here, or no, right here, right? Yeah, like right here. It doesn't matter too much which side, but I guess if you want the gun upright like that, you just plug it in on this side, and then Energon goodies plug in on the other side, or whichever side you decide not to plug the gun on. So yeah, then he has Energon goodies hanging off of him and a gun. Yep, so yeah, that's about it. And I guess I'll do one more comparison. May as well do comparison raw mode. May as well do comparison mode, comparison in vehicle mode. And here we have Hot Rod in his vehicle mode, along with Cup in his truck mode. In vehicle mode, Hot Rod isn't too much bigger. I mean, I guess he might be a slightly smaller Voyager class figure, but he does kind of, yeah, he's a bit bigger, but has a little bit more going on, I guess, because he just has a truck bed that kind of collapses up. He collapses up a lot. But yeah, really, excuse me, he's really cool. I'm not the biggest fan of his truck mode and all that. But it is faithful to the movie. Personally though, I prefer this to them just making him a regular Earth truck like they have in the past. But I think it's cool. But I'm more for the old fashioned. Like if he had him turn into like an old 50s Ford truck or something like that, I think that would have been really cool. But yeah, still cool, futuristic truck design. I mean, yeah, but I definitely like him. I think I like him a little bit more in his robot mode, and I definitely like this backdrop, and I think I'm going to save this backdrop. Well, here we have Transformers Studio Series 86 Cup. If you liked what you've seen and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one.